Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Book Cheapskate. We're running down the top 10 free Kindle books featured today on bookcheapskate.com. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's October 13th, 2025. As always, I'm joined by my co-host and bookworm sidekick, Cassandra. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning. Ready to dive into some free reads?
Absolutely. So, for everyone listening, the plan today is a pretty rapid-fire rundown. We've got 10, count 'em, 10 free books lined up.
Yep, a real mix, too. We've got paranormal, romance, some thrillers, even a big literary classic thrown in there.
Exactly. The mission really is to quickly pull out the best bits, the sort of nuggets from each one, give you a real feel for what they're offering.
Get you hooked, basically.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's kick things off with book one. This one's called It's a Wonderful Midlife Crisis, Good to the Last Death, book one. It's paranormal women's fiction.
Right, PWF. And the title kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It really does. So the setup is life hitting hard at 40. Our heroine is widowed, dealing with aching joints, and, oh yeah, suddenly developing supernatural powers.
And that's the core of this subgenre, really. Midlife issues plus magic or ghosts or whatever the supernatural element is. But this one leans heavily into the humor.
How so?
It's the attitude. The heroine has this total, what fresh hell is this, energy about everything. She's not thrilled about the aching joints or the ghost showing up.
Huh. Relatable. Maybe minus the ghosts for most of us.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the specific ghost stuff is hilarious. Like, she has to figure out how to communicate with them, and apparently that involves, get this, gluing body parts onto semi-transparent ghosts.
You're kidding. Gluing ghost parts.
I'm not. It's that kind of absurd practical problem solving mixed with the supernatural is refreshing. You know, it's not your typical 20-something urban fantasy heroine. This woman is just done with everyone's nonsense, living her dead.
Okay, I can see the appeal. Like Dorinda Jones's Charlie Davidson series, maybe. That kind of sass.
Exactly. Spot on comparison. Very similar, sharp, cynical humor. Okay, ready for number two?
Let's do it. Book two takes us back in time, forgotten and remembered. The Duke's late wife. This is a Regency historical romance.
Classic setup here. Marriage of convenience.
Right. The Duke, Graham, he needs a mother for his daughter, but he wants someone, well, forgettable apparently, because he's still hung up on his late wife, and he picks the timid Rosabelle.
Yeah, and that forgettable part is key. He thinks he wants someone quiet, someone who won't make waves or demand affection. Rosabelle thinks she is that person.
But that trope, marriage of convenience, it can be a bit tired sometimes, can it? What makes this one work?
I think it works here because of the emotional depth. It's all about the slow burn. It's not insta-love. It's two people, both pretty wounded. Graham fighting his past ghosts, Rosabelle with this quiet strength nobody recognizes. Not even herself at first.
So it's about them finding each other through small things.
Exactly. Little moments. Especially the way Rosabelle connects with his daughter. That's what starts to, chip away at his defenses. She's not demanding anything, but her presence, her quiet competence, starts to heal them both. It reminds me a bit of Mary Below's style.
Yeah.
Those quiet, deeply emotional stories.
Okay, yeah, I get that. From quiet emotion, let's jump to high tension, book three, One Gone More Before Long, small town thriller.
And the protagonist, Davina Ravine, has maybe the roughest backstory we'll see today.
No kidding. Lost her sister, lost her mother, and her father actively tries to kill her. Wow.
Yeah, it's intense. Plus, she's an amateur psychic in this small town, Daybreak Falls, dealing with money problems, gossip, and naturally, a very skeptical detective.
So she's got it coming from all sides. What's the core mystery she's trying to solve?
Well, on the surface, it's finding a missing teenage girl. Standard thriller stuff, right? But the twist is, her psychic flashes start connecting this current case to her own sister, who vanished 15 years ago.
Ah, okay, so it's personal, deeply personal.
Exactly. The story layers this present-day serial killer hunt right on top of her unresolved family tragedy. It really digs into that flawed, fierce heroine idea. Her psychic ability isn't neat. It's messy, unreliable, but it's all she has to connect the dots and stop the killer before he strikes again.
Sounds gripping. Okay, let's shift gears again. Book four is Midlife Magic. This one sounds like romantasy.
Midlife romantasy, yeah. Another heroine hitting a milestone 43rd birthday.
And it's not a happy one. Husband trades her in for a younger model. She loses her financial security. Ouch.
Big ouch. But then things take a turn. She ends up managing this quirky antiques and curious goods shop in a magical English village, Cumbria specifically.
Right, the classic escape to a charming village trope, but with added magic. What kicks off the transformation?
Okay, this is brilliant. It's a pair of red shoes. Seriously.
Yes.
Yep. They seem to be the catalyst. Put them on, boom, confidence boost, life change. Suddenly you're dealing with magic.
I like it. So the magic isn't just there, it's linked to her finding her footing again.
Precisely. And her new role isn't just shopkeeper. She discovers she has the specific magical duty, mediating disputes among, wait for it, magic-kind.
Magic kind, like fairies and trolls and stuff.
Something like that. 8 times a year, she has to sort out their squabbles. And the romance part, well, apparently there are a couple of attractive magical males who find her newfound authority quite sexy.
Of course there are. It's romantasy.
Exactly. And the author, Victoria Dannon, she's apparently won Best Paranormal Romance Series like 5 times. So she knows this niche. It's that blend of relatable midlife reset with empowering magic and, romance.
Makes sense. Okay, book 5 takes us west. Emma's Dream. This sounds like a Western reunion romance.
Totally classic setup. Ben Morgan, the hero, comes back to his family ranch, Morgan's Run, needing to heal, physically or emotionally, probably both.
And cue the collision with Maggie, the woman from his past. Sparks fly, memories resurface. A magical night years ago is mentioned.
Right, but the real hook, the big emotional stake here.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
Secret baby.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Maggie has a 5-year-old daughter, Emma, and Emma is the spitting image of Ben.
Oh boy. And Maggie's terrified he'll find out.
Absolutely terrified. Because Ben isn't planning on sticking around. He's there to heal, then leave again. So Maggie's walking this tightrope, trying to keep the secret while dealing with all these old feelings bubbling up.
That built-in ticking clock, him planning to leave, adds so much tension, doesn't it?
Definitely. It hits all those Western romance buttons.
Yeah.
The ranch setting, the close-knit family or community, the second chance theme, and that core conflict of wanting connection but fearing getting hurt again. Or in his case, maybe feeling tied down.
Got it. Now, book 6 sounds like amazing value. The Sinclair and Raven series, books 1, 3, 3 books for free.
Yeah, a full trilogy. Perfect for binge reading. And it's Paranormal Regency, which is a fun blend.
Paranormal Regency, how does that work?
So there's this cool, unique folklore baked in. The Sinclair family members have these heightened senses, almost supernatural. And their whole purpose, like for generations, is to protect the members of another family, the Ravens. It's rooted in some ancient history or curse or something.
Interesting. So there's this faded connection from the start.
Exactly. Which plays really well with the Regency romance tropes. For instance, in one of the books mentioned, seeing danger, you've got the hero, Dev. He initially dismisses the heroine, Lily, thinks she dresses like a colorblind field mouse.
Ouch. Harsh.
Right. Proper Regency snub. But then he sees her, using his special senses maybe, or just finally paying attention when she does something incredibly brave, like throwing herself into danger to save someone.
So he's forced to see past the surface. Enemies to lovers vibes.
Totally. Enemies to lovers mixed with that fated mates thing because of the whole Sinclair Raven protection duty. It's a really compelling mix, especially when you get 3 books worth to just devour.
Sounds like a great find. Okay, now for something completely different. Book 7. Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. A true classic.
Yep. Had to include this one. It stands out from the contemporary stuff, obviously, but it's free and it's foundational.
Most people just think of the Lilliputians, the tiny people, right? But you're saying it's much more than
No,
that.
absolutely. It's way more than a kid's adventure. Swift published this in 1726, and the reason it still feels relevant, disturbingly so sometimes, is because it's a biting satire, a really profound philosophical look at humanity.
A mirror held up to mankind, as the notes say. What's it actually satirizing?
Everything. Political corruption, pride, human folly, the limits of reason, scientific obsession. He uses these fantastical voyages, not just Lilliput, but lands of giants, of floating islands, even talking horses.
Right, the Houyhnhnms.
Exactly. He uses them to strip away all the pretensions of society and just expose the absurdity and, frankly, the ugliness he saw in human nature and government. Swift's wit is just razor sharp. It's a cornerstone text because its critique of power and self-deception just doesn't get old.
Wow. Definitely worth revisiting with that perspective. Okay, back to the present day and pulse-pounding action. Book 8, The Fixer, Romantic Suspense.
And the hook here is immediate. The heroine, Avon, has this chilling gut feeling she's going to die. The police, useless. So she calls the Fixer.
Quentin Baird. Love that name. What exactly does a fixer do in this context?
He operates outside the lines, solves problems the official channels can't or won't. He's the guy you call when you're desperate and the law isn't helping. Think shadowy, capable, lives in the gray areas.
Sounds intriguing. And the romance angle.
It comes from the clash of their worlds. We get both points of view, which is great. We feel Avon's sheer terror and these premonitions she's having. And then we see Quinn, this hardened guy, reluctantly drawn to her, feeling this intense need to protect her despite himself.
The protector instinct kicking in.
Big time. It's that classic romantic suspense dynamic.
Mhm.
The dangerous alpha hero, maybe morally ambiguous, but utterly focused on keeping the heroine safe. Super addictive stuff, apparently.
I bet. Okay, book 9 takes us to Scotland, The Outcast. Historical romance looks like a novella.
Yep, an origin novella set during the Mary Queen of Scots era, and it uses the grumpy sunshine trope.
Ugh, a favorite. So who's grumpy and who's sunshine?
Lachlan Marr is the grumpy one. He's a warrior, scarred physically and emotionally from battle. He's convinced he's basically monstrous, unworthy of love or even kindness. Total outcast vibe.
And the sunshine.
That would be Alison Hay, the heroine. She's a healer, determined, and crucially, she sees past his scars, sees the man underneath.
So it's about her healing him, not just physically.
Exactly. The core of this story, especially being a novella, it really focuses on that emotional journey. Lachlan having to confront his own self-loathing when faced with Alison's acceptance. It's about realizing that love maybe is the strongest magic or medicine there is. A great quick intro to the series, apparently.
Nice. A complete emotional arc in a shorter format. Okay, last one. Book 10, Elizabeth Starr, World War II historical romance.
But with a less common focus. It's set against the backdrop of the invasion of Rabaul in New Guinea and the sinking of the Montevideo Maru.
Events that aren't as widely known as, say, D-Day or Pearl Harbor.
Right, so it offers a different perspective on the war. And the scope is huge. It covers outback Queensland in Australia and New Guinea, spanning the 30s and 40s.
What makes this one emotionally resonant?
It's the way it portrays the impact of war on families. It follows the adults, Michael and Joanie, caught up in the conflict, dealing with incredible danger and hardship. But it also spends significant time with Gracie, Michael's young daughter, who's left behind in Australia. So you get this powerful contrast, this dual focus on the war front and the home front, showing how separation and uncertainty tear families apart across huge distances.
Sounds incredibly moving.
Yeah, the notes specifically suggest grabbing tissues for this one. It really digs into sacrifice, resilience, and that desperate hope of reunion.
Wow. Okay, what a list. We've gone from sassy ghosts in midlife crises and magical shoes.
Right, to Regency Dukes and small-town psychics.
All the way through Western Secrets, Fated Protectors, classic satire, deadly fixers, Scottish warriors, and finally, sweeping WWII drama. Just incredible variety, all available for free today.
It really is. And, you know, if you sort of connect the dots across all these seemingly different stories, there's a really strong theme that pops out.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It seems to be about wounded people. Doesn't matter if they're 40 and dealing with ghosts, or a duke haunted by his past, or a scarred warrior, or someone surviving a war. They're all, in their own way, finding some kind of unexpected strength. Finding a second chance, whether it comes through magic or finding love or just sheer grit and determination.
That's a great point. Resilience and second chances popping up everywhere, which actually leads perfectly into a final thought for everyone listening. We talked about Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, written way back in 1726, how its satire on politics and human flaws still feels so sharp today. So here's the question to mull over. Does that mean that our contemporary stories, the ones about midlife magic or psychic detectives or secret babies, or even these intense romantic suspense plots, could these be the classics that people look back on centuries from now to understand our time, our anxieties, our hopes, our specific brand of human folly?
That's a fascinating thought. What will they see in our ghost-gluing heroines?
Exactly. Something to think about. Well, thanks for joining us today. And remember, if you want to download any of the books we've mentioned today for free from Amazon, visit us at bookcheapskate.com and you'll have all the links right there. But do it now. These books are free today, but might be back to full price tomorrow. Also, along with those freebies, the site has a ton of specials on deeply discounted Kindle books and also a heads up on the best new releases. Every morning, it's all brand new. Cass will do it again tomorrow.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it. Bye, everyone.
Until then, keep on opening new worlds with great books without opening your wallet. And whatever you do, remember this. When you read,
Your mind becomes its own kingdom.